Hey, what is happening, guys? Thank you for tuning in to Rules for Rebels. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Saturday morning. Figured I'd have you guys join me for my Saturday morning cup of Dunkin' Donuts. We talk crypto here for a few minutes. This is actually take 3. I've made this video twice already, and I keep forgetting to turn the sound on, so hopefully I make it just as good the third time around here. What I wanted to talk about today is credit card companies blocking crypto purchases. But not just that, right? Like, it's their money, they're lending it to you. If they want to block it, whatever, it's their prerogative. But the comment that the CEO of Discover, David Nelms, made is quite possibly the stupidest comment I've ever heard made by a CEO. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So first things first, let me talk about buying cryptocurrency on credit cards. It's kind of a stupid thing to do in the first place. Like, you do an ACH transfer, do a wire transfer. There's really no reason to be using credit cards. On a site like Coinbase, by using a credit card, you're by default going to be using Coinbase as opposed to GDAX. So Coinbase is going to charge you 1.25% for the transaction. Plus, I think there's another 1 or 2% charge for using your credit card. Now, why would you pay these extra percent when you could just use your own money, do an ACH transfer, do a wire transfer, and buy on GDAX for free if you're placing limit orders? Or worst case scenario, even if you're placing market orders, you can trade for 0.25% as opposed to like 2.25% or 3.25% on Coinbase. Furthermore, as everybody will tell you in the cryptocurrency space, only invest money you can afford to lose. And if you're borrowing money from a credit card company to buy crypto, you're spending money that you can't afford to lose. I know a lot of people like points and whatever else, but people get so wrapped up in points. And in reality, you're spending more money in Coinbase fees than you're going to be getting back in points. But that's besides the point. One other thing I'd like to add. To me, it would be a lot more troubling to see a bank like Chase Bank telling me I can't use my own money to buy cryptocurrency. To me, that's a lot more troubling, not allowing you to use your own money, than a credit card company saying we're not willing to lend you money for this. However, one of the reasons I do think this is kind of stupid is if credit card companies said, look, we're worried people are over leveraging themselves. If the Bitcoin price goes down, they're selling their Bitcoin at a loss and they can't pay us back the money they owe us. Okay, well, now that's affecting your bottom line. So you're well within your right to block people. Another thing they could say is, you know what? Like, if somebody steals a credit card, cryptocurrency would be a great thing to buy as opposed to buying like a bunch of TVs and trying to sell those, stolen credit card TVs on Craigslist. Cryptocurrency is a lot more liquid and you can get most of your money back. For reasons of like credit card fraud and credit card theft, that's why we're blocking cryptocurrency purchases. But no, that's not what they said. So let me give you guys a little recap of kind of cryptocurrency being blocked by credit card companies. So one of the first ones to come out and do this was Capital One. I actually have a Capital One card. I don't use credit cards to buy cryptocurrency. I use my own money and I do bank transfers. However, that said, after I heard this, I tried using my Capital One card to make a purchase just to see if it would go through, to see if these rumors were true. And initially it went through, but about 2 minutes later I got an email from Coinbase, your transaction failed. So, I knew why it was, but I just called up Capital One and I'm like, hey, I tried to make a purchase and it got blocked. And the guy puts me on hold for a second. Then he comes back reading a script. He's like, well, because cryptocurrency is very volatile and, we're not going to be allowing these purchases. So I said, okay, well, I'm not going to argue with the guy. He's just a call center guy reading a script. But this, I just found to be crazy. So let's get into this. The credit card company Crypto Squeeze continued this week with Discover Card announcing it would not allow its customers to use their credit card on cryptocurrency exchanges. It's the latest in a string of credit card purveyors to block access. So Discover Card removes no doubt, no crypto. Discover CEO David Nelms, 56, told Jennifer Serrane, it's crooks that are trying to get money out of China or whatever. Does that make sense to anybody? Crooks trying to get money out, like, what does Discover Card blocking cryptocurrency have anything to do with crooks trying to get money out of China? Also, what about all the Discover Card users in the US and Canada? Like, what does I don't even have a Discover Card, but hypothetically speaking, if I'm in the US and I have a Discover Card, what does me buying Bitcoin have anything to do with me trying to get money out of China? And furthermore, what CEO uses the phrase, or whatever? The only use case for cryptocurrency is crooks trying to get money out of China, or whatever. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. He goes on to say, or if somebody steals our credit card numbers, they're going to ask for payments in Bitcoin. Does that make any sense to anybody? So I think David Nelms here is kind of confusing two issues. The only thing that would make any sense whatsoever here is we've all heard about ransomware, right? So when hackers put malware or ransomware on your computer, it locks up your computer, it locks up all your files, and then they may say, hey, if you want access to your computer back, you have to pay us 1 Bitcoin. And then you send them a Bitcoin, and then they give you a code to unlock or de-encrypt all your files or whatever. So, like, does that happen in real life? Absolutely. But crooks are going to be stealing our credit card numbers and asking us to pay them in Bitcoin. So if somebody calls me up or sends me an email and says, hey, Johnny, I got your credit card number. You need to send me 1 Bitcoin. I'm probably going to say, screw off, pick up the phone, call my credit card company, and cancel the credit card. Like, it just makes absolutely no sense that a crook is going to steal my credit card number and then ask me to pay him in Bitcoin. It just makes absolutely no sense. So he says, those are the only use cases I'm actually seeing today. So he's not seeing people wanting to use their Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum that they buy with the credit card to go buy altcoins. They're not wanting to invest in altcoins. They're not wanting to stake cryptocurrencies. They're not wanting to use cryptocurrencies to make other purchases. They're not wanting to investigate the blockchain and experiment with the blockchain. They're just doing it to get money out of China and to ask for Bitcoin payments after stealing people's credit card. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. He also goes on to say he dismisses, okay, so that's why he dismissed it, giving a decided thumbs down to cryptocurrency as a phenomenon, saying, it's not like our customers are clamoring to use it anyways. So let's think about this. So Binance recently crossed the 5 million user mark. Bittrex has over 3 million users. Exchanges like, I think Cryptopia shut down temporarily, CEX.io shut down temporarily, like, cryptocurrency exchanges are actually having to close their doors to new customers because there's too many people wanting to come in. Yet Discover CEO David Nelms says nobody really wants to use this stuff anyways. So that kind of blew my mind. Also, shoot, look at Robinhood. Robinhood announced the other day that they were rolling out a cryptocurrency service, albeit it's only going to be 2 cryptos, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and only 5 states right off the bat. But within like 5 minutes of that news going live, they had over 50,000 signups. Within 24 hours of that news going live, they had crossed over 700,000 signups. So it's pretty either stupid or disingenuous to say that people don't want to buy crypto. Let's see. Discover card holders were known to stalk online forums asking about others' experiences with attempting to buy cryptocurrency on exchanges. The answer was clear, not possible. Mr. Nelms has removed any mystery with the above statements. Discover wants no part of the burgeoning market of decentralized money. The company has been around in one form or another for over 3 decades with 44 million users. Discover ranks in the top 5 popular U.S. credit cards behind Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. So I know there's going to be a lot of people who are like, I'm canceling all my credit cards. Who doesn't, if they don't allow crypto, I don't want it. Like, let's be honest, guys. Cryptocurrency is not to the place it needs to be in order to where it can actually replace credit card usage and replace traditional banking. And if you say you're going to do that, I think that's kind of disingenuous. Let's be honest. We all need a Visa card or a MasterCard. However, one thing I would criticize Discover for, Discover and Amex are not nearly as widely accepted as Visa or MasterCard. So I would encourage people who are supportive of crypto and have a Discover card, cut that shit up, because it's not accepted everywhere Visa and MasterCard is. So you might as well just use your crypto and your Visa and your MasterCard. But yeah, really kind of disappointing to see this come from Discover. And even just in terms of limiting the damage that your stupid comments make. Like I said, I think credit card companies are completely within their right to say, look, we're not comfortable lending you money to buy a speculative asset, because if that asset goes down and you've over-leveraged yourself, you may not be able to pay it back, and that affects my bottom line. I would completely respect that, and that's a completely reasonable reason to block cryptocurrency purchases. Furthermore, if credit card companies were to say, look, we're seeing a lot of credit card fraud, somebody steals a credit card, it would make a lot more sense to buy cryptocurrency because it's very liquid and it retains most of its value. And, you could use a stolen credit card to buy crypto, then send that crypto through a tumbler or turn it into Monero and then turn it back into cash. And it kind of helps facilitate credit card fraud. If they said that, okay, I can respect that. That makes sense. But saying that crooks in China are trying to get their money out makes absolutely no sense. To say that people are stealing credit card numbers and asking to be paid in Bitcoin makes absolutely no sense. And to say that nobody really wants to buy cryptocurrencies anyways, again, pretty disingenuous when we see cryptocurrency exchanges having to shut down because they can't even take on all the new users. I just found this to be pretty crazy and one of the stupider comments I've heard in the cryptocurrency space, as well as one of the stupidest things I've ever heard said by a CEO. And that's a pretty tall bar to set. So what's your guys' thoughts? Have you ever had a cryptocurrency purchase blocked by your credit card company or even your bank? And again, just to highlight this issue, I would find it a lot more troubling if your own bank was telling you how to spend your own money, as opposed to somebody who's lending you money, telling you what they're willing to lend you money for. So if we start seeing banks block cryptocurrency purchases, that to me is a much bigger issue. Credit cards, you really shouldn't be using your credit card to buy crypto anyways, but nonetheless, it is kind of troubling. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments section below. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get 100K subscribers and put a silver play button up there. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the weekend. I'll catch you on the next video, guys.